Hi, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. So today is the day we are going, I'm trying to get my camera situated right here. Today is the day we are going to be working on the October junk journal project with me. It's almost November, and it is the Hodge Podge Kit. And here's mine that I'm going to be working with. This is still available in my shop. What's nice is there's no season attached to that. Every kit is different, but you all get the same. There's over 130 pieces to this kit. I have just reduced the price to $19.99. That is a big discount. It is an incredible deal with everything that you are getting. And you go ahead and pick that up. I'll get it to you. And there's a limited quantity available. So the idea of this kit is kind of like a hodgepodge. You went to the thrift shop, you went to the flea market, you went someplace like that, and these are all just bits and pieces. I thought it would teach us to use up scraps that we don't necessarily think go together, but also we have an opportunity to just get a whole bunch of different things. If you do not want to follow along with me, you just like all the different bits and pieces, then you can still purchase the kit and part it out. Just keep it for a bunch of different projects because there's a lot. Like I said, 130 pieces in here. So let's get started with how I'm going to make mine. You should have a cover, which is just a piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11, folded in half. So when we fold an 8.5 by 11 in half, this is 8.5, and then this is 5.5. So we have an 8.5 by 5.5 cover. I like to start off before I do anything with just inking the edges, and already I can tell this is having a little bit of an October, November type look. Mine is, because it's kind of an orangish cover, and I'm adding a little bit of black, but you may have a different color. Totally fine. Now to decorate the cover. There is absolutely no theme to this journal, which is super fun. So I have a small ephemera pack with 20 pieces, and I have a big ephemera pack with 20 pieces. So what I'm going to do is just quickly look through it to see if there's anything that might catch my eye that I might want to use on the cover of the journal. You're going to have similar items, but yours will be different, of course. So I'm just pulling out different things I might want to use, and then I'll go back through and choose for final what I want. Wow, there's so many cute little things. I put this together and I've forgotten already how cute this thing is. Okay, so I've just pulled out different ones that I like. I'm really thinking this purple doily is going to go well on the front. I don't know that I will keep it on the front. Oh yes, okay, I'm done. I've made my decision. Okay, so what I have here for mine is a purple doily and then a ticket from Victoria Designs. It says admit one, and it has commercial ink writing fluid on the front here. I just love it. It is so vintagey and office-like, and I love it. So that's gonna be, I'm probably gonna do a little more layering on the cover. This is gonna be a long video, guys, so just warning you. You also get a fabric scrap pack that has a whole bunch of little pieces of fabric, and I'm just looking through mine to see if there's any. See, this almost looks like ink. I'm wondering if I want to layer any of this here or not. Do I want to keep a real clean cut cover? I do like that. Let's see. Or if I really want to do, oh, I like that too. I'm heading in a direction here. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but okay, lace. I know I have a bag. You get a bag with lace pieces as well. So what do I have? I love this lace. I think I'm out of it, but I love it. I think this is maybe this might be my last piece. Okay, too pink? No? Before you do any kind of gluing or sewing, really just make sure that you have things kind of in the position you want them in. It's okay if they move and change. This is a junk journal. We're not trying to get perfection here. And I'm not going to say you can measure if you're OCD, because I offended someone when I said that. So, whoops. I didn't mean to, but you can measure it if you would like to measure it, is what I will say. I really like that. So what I have here is each strip is getting shorter. I just love the way that looks. Okay, so I'm done. Now I am going to pull out the glue. Do I want to do any sewing? I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and just like stitch around the doily before I put that out. So I'm going to start with a glue stick. This will not work on the fabrics and stuff. This is just a drop brand, which is Dollar Tree. And it's not super strong, but it does work fine for just paper or holding things in place if you're going to be sewing, collaging, stuff like that. So that isn't going anywhere, so I can move that. Now, I have some glue, and this is Beacon 3-in-1 Advanced Craft Glue. It's kind of like Fabri-Tac. I think it's pretty much the same thing. I noticed it's not as thick, which I like because Fabri-Tac and we don't have a great relationship. I love its sticking power, but that is about it. It frustrates the crap out of me. All right. So well, maybe I should have put that. I am just kind of tacking this down. You can sew, you can use hot glue. Whoop. Don't let that fold over on itself, Lindsay. And the nice thing about this is if you can't afford to buy a kit, but you have some supplies, you're going to get a lot of ideas in this video for using the supplies you have. I'm sure you have bits and bobs around, so that's great. But if you would like more bits and bobs, I have more. All right, there we go. I'm just going to tack down this. I'm not going to speed any of this up. I know you guys have been enjoying watching me craft and work, and I love talking to you guys while I do it. So it's just going to be a long video. And assuming that this journal comes out halfway decently, this journal will be for sale in my shop, and the link will be in the description box, but I'll let you know at the end of the video, because if I totally fail this, then yeah. All right, so I'm going to take this to my sewing machine. I will be right back. Okay, I am back with this sewn around, and we're just gonna glue. I love to put the glue on the stitches. I think it grabs really, really well. And then I'll just add a little bit around the edge so it doesn't pull up too much. All right. Center that back where I wanted it. Press down. Okay, now I do have a bag full of paper and fabric little flowers in here. That comes in the kit as well. And I'm going to dump those out. I have a little bit of a glue spot coming through this fabric, and this is definitely a Hodge Podge journal, guys. It's just total fun. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I love that. Okay. I get excited when my design elements come out the way I want them to. So I'm just gluing that down there. And that's the cover. Great. Now we're going to, whoops, that does need to dry. I'm going to set that aside to dry. And we're going to create our signature. This is going to be a chunkier journal than we usually make together. There's going to be 20 pages, which means 80 sides. I've got my pile of paper here. And yours are all going to be different. There'll be some the same and some different. So I am just going to fold all of them in half, and then I think I will need to trim them down a little bit with my paper trimmer, because most of them are the same size as the cover. As you can see, there's no rhyme or reason really to any of these. I have book pages. This is from a cooking book. This is from a nursery rhyme finger play book. This is from a children's dictionary. This is from a book about flowers and plants. Looks like it's another music type book. This is just different kinds of office paper. And then, of course, the lovely coffee dyed paper, which all of you got or will get if you order the kit. If you don't like coffee dyeing paper, you can't coffee dye paper, if you're not buying this kit, you can purchase just the coffee dyed paper in my shop, or you can just use plain white copy paper, or you can buy 20-pound, that's like copy paper, but you can buy it in like an ivory or a cream color. It is a little bit more expensive, but then you do not have to deal with coffee dyeing. It doesn't look super vintage, but you don't have that stark white. Which there's nothing wrong with the stark white, but you know, sometimes taking away, I like to add some bits of stark white, but sometimes taking away all this of the stark white, or some of it, does help. So I am going to get my paper trimmer. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to move. I have a very small filming area. I've got stuff everywhere, so let me try to move some of it out of the way. Over to the side here. Okay. Now we are going to cut down these pages, not all of them, but the ones that are too big. And we're just going to take about a 1/4 inch off. So this is 5 1/2, so we're just going to take about a 1/4 inch off of the edge, like, whoops. So, and it's okay if your paper rips. Sometimes I rip it on purpose. This is a junk journal. And then 8 1/2 is right there, and we're going to take, I'm going to cut that ripped part off, about a 1/4 inch off. My blade is getting dull, which is okay. Junk journal, the edges are cool. All right, so I'm just going to do that for all of them. So I'll be back when that's all done, so you don't have to watch me do all the pages. So I'm back. They are all trimmed down, and I had to swap one of the pages out for a piece of ledger paper because I destroyed it. And I also did a couple different things. I have coffee dyed paper that's cut normal. I have some where I ripped the edges to give it some texture. A couple that I cut shorter for variety, and then these are cut regular size. So we're going to design our signature. I like to have the cover nearby, and then I think when I open this, what do I want to see first? I'm looking at the purple here, and then the purple in these flowers. So this is going to be my first page. And then you're just going to lay the other pages inside. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You just go with your gut and how you feel. I try to put slightly different pages together, but also coordinating, complementary. But this is Hodge Podge, really, guys. So just grab and go. There is no right or wrong way. You're just laying them all in here. Let's see. Let's see, I've got 2, 4. I'm going to do 2 coffee dyed in a row, and I'm going to add this. It's okay to put 2 of the same in the row. Like I said, it's totally up to you. All right. So we have our signature. Make sure it's okay. We're going to lay it inside the cover and grab a couple of paper clips. Very, very, very important part. If the papers slip when you are trying to punch holes and sew it in, if they slip, you will be in a world of hurt. It will take you 5 times as long, and you might even ruin it. So just clip the pages down. The thicker the pages, the more pages you have in the journal, the more clips you're going to want to use, because the more likely they are to slip. If I just have a 40-page journal, which means 10 pages folded in half, I can add like 2 clips, or I can just hold it with my hand and it's not a problem. But when you're dealing with 80 pages, that's 20, then they tend to slip a lot. Okay. Now we are going to punch the holes, and I have an awl. And I'm thinking about carrying some of these in my Etsy shop so that you guys can purchase them. So if that's something you'd like, please let me know in the comments below, because I am seriously thinking about stocking some alls. That'll be nice and easy when you're ordering your junk journal supplies to order one, and they'll come with your journal supplies. They wouldn't be terribly expensive. Probably a few dollars to several dollars, depending upon which one. This is a small one. There's some that are a little bigger. All right, so I've just got some brown twine and a needle. You've seen me do this plenty of times before, but we're going in the middle. This is called a pamphlet stitch. Sometimes hard to pull the twine through. Back in the middle. If it's too hard to pull your twine or thread through, a trick that I've tried and works very well, I don't have it here with me, but if you have a pair of little like jewelry pliers, you can grab the needle with that and pull it through, and it helps tremendously. All right, now I'm going to tie a double knot, or triple, depending upon how tight, how much you feel you need to tie it. Cut it off, and there we go. We have the base of our journal done. Now we're just going to have a little bit of fun decorating it with more of the goodies in the kit. The junk journal project that we're going to be doing in November is a Christmas project that I'm super excited about, and I think you will all love it because it is making a little junk journal Christmas card that you can put in an envelope and mail. I think that I've bought all of the supplies that I need for the kit, and I just have a few things to put together, so hopefully in the next week that will be up and available for all of you. I think you're going to love it as much as I'm loving it. So here we go. I just really like this. Now, you get to see some of my decorating style. I'm pulling up all the little goodies and pieces here to the side where I can see them. That's how I like to work. Grab my ink. Well, I have two inks. I guess we're using black in this journal. Okay. If I have a very plain inside cover, I like to put something there. Even if it's just like a little label, because then somebody could write the day they started, or their name or phone number, or a favorite quote, or whatever. Just kind of like a little header. So I just have a glue stick. I am making sure I get around all the edges really well. Now, your kit is totally different than mine. That was the fun in this Hodge Podge kit. So you might not have a label. You might have to go make a label, or you might want to do a pocket. I'm just showing you different ways you can decorate junk journals, and I'm just doing mine the way I want to. Okay, blank white page. No problem, but we're just gonna make it less blank. I'm just grabbing some of the fabric. I think just that blue piece is nice. By the way, this card, this was painted by my grandmother. Last name Knapp, that was my maiden name. It's called Bridge of Flowers. And I actually have the original, not of this, but another one of her Bridge of Flowers that I am painted in as a little girl, and that's in my bathroom. But this is just a greeting card. This is old, really old, but I'm just putting it in here. All right, so I am going to take some of my glue and just glue this fabric down as a background. Just a plain blue fabric I bought at Habitat for Humanity. There were rolls of like fabric that they had on sale, and I actually bought this so I could do machine embroidery on it, and this is just a cutoff from some of that machine embroidery. I have like some hummingbird embroideries on this fabric that are available in my shop if you want to see what those look like. I think I've only had one person purchase it, and they really liked it and left a really good review, so that was nice. This is a kind of like a glossier card, and a little heavier duty, so I don't want to use a glue stick on it. I'm afraid that won't work, but this glue should work really well. So I am just going to glue the back of the card down, and it's going to give me the journaling space in the inside of the card. Like so. So then when I open it, I have all this journaling space. I just like to add little touches. Like I have a little flower I'm going to put in this corner. I like to keep my journals mostly like writing type journals. Yikes, does not want to stick. I know this isn't good glue. Just takes a minute. There we go. I need to put something in the middle of it. So let's pull out my little bag here that has beads and bits and bobs, and I see some adhesive rhinestone hearts. I think that would be really pretty in the middle of the flower. As I flip, I just decide if I want anything on that page or not. This is from my Yellow Floral ephemera pack that you can get in my shop. And this is just a big journal card. And you can cut it down the middle or leave it as is. I'm just layering up some different items on this page. I'm going to clip them all on here so the person who gets it can use these throughout the journal. So there's 4 different items, and I tried to layer them. So this blue is very similar to this, and then this yellow is very similar to that. So I broke it up with this vintage Rolodex card so you could actually see all of the colors. Now, we have a little clip here on this side. It's ready to just slip something straight into it. So I have this little, this little vintage book page cut out of that little boy. We'll stick that there. And then I'm going to glue a little bit of pink lace on here. This is really how I work with my designing. I go in this direction and just have it flow for the most part. So I'm just showing you authentic ideas here for a very simple journal. Okay, we have another blank white page. So what do we have? Okay, I have a book page here, Introduction to General Science, and we're going to just glue this down. Grab our glue stick. This is super easy. Just make sure you get the glue on most of it. Whoops, sorry, my head got in the way there. And I'm going to actually leave that edge sticking out because it's vintage and it is kind of coming off the side of this page. It looks really neat. I might need a little more to hold this corner down. Sorry, my boys are being loud in the background. All right, here we go. Then I think we'll add this paper flower that I got in some Happy Mail. Wish I could remember where I got everything from. So many of you have sent me so many beautiful things, and I think this might be my last one of these. I love these. All right, let's see here. This is just a cutoff of some fabric that I don't even remember what I stitched it for. But I cut it off and I thought, why waste it? Stick it on a page somewhere. Let's see. That's just too... that. I'm used to hot glue, so when I do this for the video, this is the actual speed that I work, and hot glue makes it even faster. So, is that gonna stay down? It doesn't want to. It's weird. Okay, try again. Hot glue would have grabbed the first time. There we go. We got a super cute little playing card, and I'm going to turn that into a tuck spot by gluing 2 sides and putting it here. Okay. I think this little paper bag is so adorable, and I'm gonna tuck it in there. And maybe add a little bit of, oh, we'll go this way. Add some lace to it. Hope I'm still in frame. Focusing and my fingers are fumbling. Normally I would have my sewing machine near me too, so I would be adding a lot more sewing details, but you don't have to have a sewing machine to make journals super cute. So I definitely think that it is good to show both ways. This is just a vintage game card. Or I don't think it's vintage, but it's a game card. I'm just gonna paper clip it on this paper here. And then I can slip something in that paper clip. This is a sticky note that says things to do. Here is a while you were out paper. I sold a journal recently that I actually put one of these on the cover of the journal. It was kind of a vintage floral office type journal, and I loved how that came out. The paper's so thin though, you have to be careful, but it makes it perfect for gluing on and decoupage without adding bulk. It's really, really fun to journal on. If you have more supplies, then pull out your stamps and everything. I'm not pulling out anything extra because I'm trying to just use what is in the kit. That way you can see how much you can do with so little. This is from Joanne Hall, Junk Journal Treasures on Etsy. Her link is below. I love all her little pockets and tuck spots and journal cards. They're so much fun. She's also going to be contributing to my 5K giveaway with something amazing, so stay tuned for that. Sometimes I like to just slip little paper flowers in a paper clip because whoever gets the journal can take it out, and like if they're putting a photo somewhere, they can slip it out and glue it on their photo and things like that. So I like to add bits and pieces like that. Okay, so I have this little piece that has this tassel, and if I glue it on the edge, it'll hang down off the journal, which I think is really fun. I've done this on a journal before, I think. On an autumn journal I made for Randy. Make sure that's down really good. And then that just hangs off the page. Super fun. All right, just got some little die cut tickets here. Maybe I'll use one of those with a flower. I like to just do borders and head it, you know, like things at the top of the page, side of the page, bottom of the page, corner of the page. That way there's plenty of room to make the journal your own and to add your bits and pieces and to add your photos and writing and all of that. use this whole place to write or add more goodness to. This is a tag. I think this is graphic 45 paper. Somebody gave me some scraps. Yep, my fingers are becoming butterfingers again. Let's see. Little scrap of lace through here. Clip this on, and they have a piece of fabric that they can use somewhere in the journal as well. Whoops, I clipped it on 2 pages. Journal card. It's a Project Life card. It says once in a lifetime. I can clip something easily over here. There we go, clip in a couple little flowers that can be used. All right, this video is definitely getting long, but we're halfway through the decorating. Floral book pages. They're a lot of fun to use. Just grab a glue stick, glue them on. They don't add much bulk, but they add something to read. Journal prompt, something like that. Let's see what else we have here. I love these little labels. It's just a punch that I have. The scalloped edges are so cute. Just tuck that up there so it can be used somewhere. A little book page and a little circle tag. This is from a die that I have. Let's see if I've got any little pieces of, you can cut down your fabrics and your laces. See, I don't really have any twine left or anything, but I can just cut down this little piece of fabric and make it a little tag tie, and it coordinates with this cute little lamb. Sorry, my phone keeps beeping. I'll probably have all sorts of messages and comments to check after this video. It's a long one. Okay. We're going to add some of this. Normally I would sew a lot of this, but I'm showing you don't need a sewing machine. Down the middle, and I like layering up the different kinds of green lace here that I have. I'm just using this to press it down so my fingers don't get too sticky. Oh, of course I got black ink on it. Oh well, it's a junk journal. We'll just pretend we meant to do it that way. And a little bit of fabric on top of that. All right, try to get more comfortable here. I am working up an appetite, you guys. Had a light snacky lunch, but I'm gonna have to go eat something else. All right, so we've made like a little floral lace and ribbon and fabric. I really like that. That is just pretty. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know if I've ever decorated a journal this much on camera before. I know I've decorated, I made this little tag from a book page. I know that I have decorated journals, but I don't know if I've ever gone quite to this extent. Once I'm on a roll, I don't want to stop. I want to finish the journal. I want you guys to see all of it. Another little book page. Oh, I'm making a mess with this glue. Okay. Hope I'm still in frame. Yeah, okay. Be bad. There's a green envelope, and I'm just gonna stick that on here. Add a little person, Tim Holtz person. Grab a paper clip, if I can, with one hand. And then on this side, it looks like it needs something. We'll add a little bit of this green lace so that whoever buys this journal can add it somewhere. And then maybe this little die cut button. Again, that can be added somewhere. As with all my kits, I really don't use everything. I just go with my gut, and that's it. Whatever's left over goes back in my stash, and I think that's a great thing for you guys to think of as well. Think of buying journal kits, whether they're from me or from someone else. Oh, I have a pack of wallpaper I forgot about. You get a pack of 10 little pieces of wallpaper, and I forgot I had these. We'll make a tag. Yeah, think about when you're buying the kits as things, you know, adding to your stash. I rarely actually make the journal a kit is for. If someone sends me a kit, I just add it to my stash. There's a nice little wallpaper tag that we can tuck right up there. Let's see. Little Tim Holtz piece of ephemera we'll glue down on the ledger paper, just as a little something to look at. Okay, more white paper. So I'm thinking that a whole bunch of pieces of wallpaper just kind of, maybe just kind of glued down here will be neat. Kind of give a background for a picture or something like that. All right. Once you kind of have it where you want it, the scary part is taking it apart. So there's lots of different ways to break up white backgrounds, and we've done a couple different ones in this journal, so I think that's really cool. This is not going to go back on the way I had it. I'm just going to have to improvise. So this is really like a photo matte background. I mean, you could put anything on it, but my idea is printing out a photograph and putting it over this is going to make a really, really cool background to do that. No, this did not go back on the same way, but however, I still like it. I go through so many glue sticks. As you can imagine, I'm sure. If you like wallpaper and you're not buying this kit, I do have some wallpaper for sale in my shop, so you might want to check that out. If you go to the junk journal supplies section of my shop, you should see some there, and if you don't and you want some, just send me a message and I'll see what I can put together for you, because I do have quite a few wallpaper books that I am trying to get into my shop and make things with and all of that. So also, if you have something to swap for wallpaper, like things that I would use in my journals, if you have lace, if you have paper clips, you know, quite a few of something, then we can perhaps trade. I am doing a swap with a lovely lady for some wallpaper, and she is sending me some vintage linens and doilies, and I'm sending her a pack of wallpaper. So it's nice when we can share what we have extra of. So this beautiful photo of this vintage lady is just going to slip right in there. And as you could see, you could photo mat it right there. Actually, I like that better. Oh, you guys, changing my mind on you. But that's the process. That's the whole journal process. All right, make sure that is glued down really well. And then obviously something can tuck into there. Here's a piece of scrap paper that came in the kit. That'd be great for journaling on. We're almost done. I have a lot of bits and bobs left, but they'll just go for another project if I don't use them all. It's like 45 little pieces in this bag that you guys get. More than enough for a journal. That's like a little domino chipboard piece from a game. We have one more blank piece, and then we are at the end of the journal. So what do I want to do? Not sure. I'm trying to see what I have left. Okay, I'm going to try something. I'm not sure that it will work, but I'm going to try it. I have some brown ink here. Let me try it on a piece of scrap. Nope. I was going to try to use it as a stencil, but I think I would need some spray, and that is not part of the kit. Oh, well, that'd be great. This is from a vintage children's book, and it's about shadow puppets. I used part of this book page on the cover of a traveler's notebook insert for one of my customers. And this is just left over. Here we go. I'm trying to see, is that? I'll just leave that in the corner. That way they can add more. There we go. And that is the end of the journal. Just sign your name somewhere. And I'm just going to say Nevermore Creations 17 Hodge Podge Journal. October 2018. And look how that came out. It is so cute. I'm going to do a quick flip through and end this video. Here's the little tassel hanging off. You can see lace, ribbon, things poking off the edges. I love the colors. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to do a really fast flip through. We're not going to talk about all of it because I just talked about all of it. But you can see how cohesive it is. Love, love, love how it came out. So yes, this is absolutely for sale in my shop. Just click the link below. And it would be Hodge Podge Junk Journal. And yep. See who gets this one. If you made a journal along with me, or you made your own hodgepodge type journal, if you would please go to my Facebook group, Nevermore Creations, Junk Journals, and Friends, and upload some pictures to show me. I would love to see what you came up with. And like I said, there are some kits left. They are only $19.99 right now, so definitely take advantage of that. And I'm going to give you a little hint. If you use coupon code THANK YOU, it'll take 10% off. So that's a really good deal. And that'll take 10% off your entire order. So you might want to add a couple extra things. And if you hate paying shipping, like I hate paying shipping, I mean, I understand the concept of paying shipping, but to me, you're not getting anything back for it. Like when you go to the store and you buy something, you don't have to pay shipping. So I hate paying shipping. So if you hate paying shipping, if you add 10 items to your cart, the shipping will be free. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had such a blast making it. In the next few days, please look out for the announcement for the junk journal project we're going to be making together next month. I'll see you all later.